Hello from the Yarn Closet in Southern Arizona. I had to use the light up here because it's a little cloudy today. So sorry if that's weird or glary. Oh, Big Blue's outside, our white cat. It was a crazy week at school this week. My husband's been gone. He went on his nephew's elk hunt. Decided to stay an extra day, so I was able to find somebody to bring us to school on Monday because my parents have commitments. They stayed with us the whole time. Kids had a blast. And they were so happy because we were in and out of town and it just was lovely. Look at this. So my mom came and look, she had this little teeny tiny curling iron, teeny tiny. So I used it and I liked it, so I bought my own. This one I looked up on Amazon was $40. It was crazy. The thing I like about it is, can you see this? It's an on and off switch, like the old fashioned ones we had growing up. Not the button with the multiple settings of heat. This one takes a while to warm up, fine. But using it, I don't turn it off. The new ones, I'm constantly turning off. But this was hers, so I ordered one on Amazon. I found that was $16, and I thought, oh, that's great. And it had a button and 3 temperatures, and it heated up really fast, and it got much hotter than this one. So you could do your whole thing in less than 5 minutes for my hair. She's got shorter hair and more layers, but hers is denser texturally, coarser, and so she was trying mine one day and she's like, I like yours better, I'm gonna order it. And I said, well, why don't we just trade? Because I like yours better because I'm not constantly turning it off. And because she's just doing a little bit of a curl on her hair, she's not twirling it the way I have to twirl it on my longer hair. And do you see this? I love this. This is, like, I have not washed this hair. I washed this hair once. Monday, Sunday, Monday, today is Saturday. Like, this is week long. I rinse it out a few times during the week. Oh wait, no. Did I wash or just rinse it? I just rinsed it. I rinsed it out a couple times during the week. So it's a little flat here. I got some root lift that I can spray in even when it's dry and it's liquid, and I just do this and it kind of perks it up, but I don't care because it looks good, it looks healthy, it doesn't feel bad or gunky, and I like being able to curl it a little bit. I'm, I think, one of the last generations of, oh, girls have to spend an hour getting ready in the morning, you have to do your hair, you have to do your makeup, although the doing of the makeup today is ridiculous. Because we didn't have to wear foundation if we didn't need it. Like, I don't wear foundation. I don't need it. I have lovely skin. I don't believe that I need to, even when I weighed a little bit more, I didn't believe that I needed to color treat my face. So anyway, I will work on how to make her curling iron work well for me, because the other one gave more definition and a little tighter curls, I think because it got hotter. So I think I just need to use some product first and maybe hold it a little bit longer or use smaller sections. But it's a nice option. And I really like this style. I want to grow it out a little bit longer, maybe have more definition so that the flip over at the end is a little bit more defined. And maybe on this side, have a slightly shorter curtain bang, and not on this side. And then be able to pull it back and have just one little swoop here, but a little bit shorter. But still be able to pull it back and ponytail all of it. Because right now, a bunch just kind of falls out. So that's my plan. I'm so excited. And it was crazy at school this week. They were testing. We had problems with the computers. They took over the library when they weren't supposed to retest people. So then we couldn't have classes in there. I mean, it was just chaotic. We're getting ready for book fair next week, which is absolutely insane. I got 12,000 steps at school one day when we were setting up the book fair. That was just from that day and setting up the book fair and carting books back and forth and setting it up. Oh my God, it was crazy. But I love it. I love being engaged. I love being active. Prue does too. I was able to talk to my doctor this week. She was thrilled about my weight loss. And we definitely agreed I could take it down to a little bit closer to a maintenance point, where the last few pounds I want to lose, I can lose over a longer period of time and get used to eating now with a little bit more calories, because I've been kind of doing that this whole time. Because I don't want to be on a diet the rest of my life. I want to get used to, this is about how I need to eat in a day and not constantly have to track it. But the app has made it very easy. And she had just gone through like CEU workshop thing on menopause and the hormones. And she absolutely prescribed and put me on the hormones. She even put me on the pill. She knew the right dose for somebody who had migraines and the right pill to put me on instead of the gel, which I can say I've been on a few days now. And I think this is going to work better, because there have been some evenings where my thighs were a little, because that's where you put the gel. And I do have a lot of skin sensitivities. And when I started the gel, I had headaches immediately, the first like 4 days. The pill, I haven't at all. So I think my body's already adjusted to the medication, and we're at about the same dose. Your body takes it in differently in pill form versus the gel. And I think that I'm adapting pretty well. She was thrilled. Everything else was looking great. Here is the hat that I finished at school. This was a Lolo Did It yarn. I think I did really good on the decreases again. I really have learned that you have to use, for me, I'm blind. I'm legally blind. And I cannot read my knitting as well as I used to, or my crochet. So I have to put in stitch markers for where I decrease. And that just has been what's done it these last few times. Absolutely on the package reads as the same yarn as the other yarn that I did, that greenish taupish. But this one fits so much more tightly. It's so much firmer. Of course, with this haircut, I mean, it looks a little different. Okay, let's try again. Okay. And I think I still do have that one gray hat. It's a very light hat that I knit last year that I can take if I go on my October trip. But there is some, I might be getting more paid days. So things might be turning around for me. So I might not be going on that trip. And then I think I still have to pay the dates because I committed to it. But I won't be spending the money at the thing. It all depends on what the ladies decide. I don't know. And there is one of those protests happening up there over the weekend. We're supposed to be there. And one of the ladies wants to like go see it. I don't want to be that close to any of that craziness. Whether I agree with it or not, I just think in this day and age, people are too crazy. Okay, I don't love the fit of this hat. First of all, I can't see myself very well. It's super wash, so it will stretch out, but this is a lot tighter for some reason than the other one. So, oh, and then you want to see that spot. Remember that spot where I kind of did an extra stitch for like 7 rows? Can you tell? Just by dropping it and finishing it, honestly, you can hardly even tell. You can hardly even tell. and then you put it on your head, even with the head tension, it's really not that bad. So I don't think the couple of mistakes that I made in this would be all that noticeable by a non-knitter. Like a non-knitter can tell that I screwed up the ribbing there, but not a non-knitter could not tell. So this may go in the gift pile. I may use it. I don't know, I haven't decided. And then, because I gave away that other hat and the fingerless gloves, I started another fingerless glove in that same red. I love red. I love denim. I love green, khaki, olive color. I love red. I love purple, darker purple. So I love green, I love purple, dark purple, I love red. I love navies, I love denim. I love black. Doesn't go over as well with cats. But those are like my colors. And I love pretty much solid colors. So I wasn't sure that I was gonna like this, but it's okay. And our school colors are red and blue. Red, blue, and white. Red, white, and blue. Whatever, you know. So, oh yeah, here's the other yarn. Yeah, and this was much softer. So I'm gonna probably make some more fingerless gloves in the red and that color. And then, while my parents were here, I was able to, why is this so heavy? Oh, because there's a scale in there. I was able to make some progress on this one. See that? See that? I've got just a little bit more to go, and then I'm gonna start decreasing, and I'm not gonna put the brown in there. I'm gonna start decreasing. I'm gonna do a little bit more, and then I'm gonna start decreasing. So it's what? It's gonna be 32 inch square. It's very fluffy, it's very warm. So it's going to be this color on both ends and this in the middle. And I think I'm just going to use it as like a cat and dog bed throw kind of thing, because the animals they love it. And then remember last year I was doing the sweater out of this, and I found out that I'd knit it too small because I'd used the wrong needles. I did start that up again, but I don't know how far I'm gonna get. It's frustrating for me to reknit things. That's how it goes for me. And I have not yet started practicing for my linen / moss stitch blanket in the 2-color palette. Because like I said, my parents were here, it was a busy week. I got a bunch of the Christmas presents already ordered and delivered. I've got a few more coming. Did a lot of things around the house, painted the kitchen. I painted the kitchen, did I mention that? I painted the kitchen. I wasn't sure, I had enough paint left over from the bathroom, which was in like a satin, so it's more washable. I know you're supposed to have glossier for kitchen bathrooms, but I don't like it. So what I could get in a color that I liked was satin. It's working well in the bathroom. I had enough left over. I did the kitchen and I stopped it because we have one long wall where it just kitchen into dining room. But there was like a seam from the old days when they had wallpaper. So I just painted up to there. And it looks just fine. I wasn't sure at first if I was gonna like it. It makes the kitchen darker, but it's cleaner, and I like that. And so it looks fresher. The cabinets don't look as dingy to me. And just lots of little trinkety things around here with watering and such. I think my son's out of the shower, so now I gotta go put more water in the pond. Because even though we've had rain the last couple days, it's been so humid that the pond has really dipped a long way. And that's what I got. That's all I got. I got a curling iron. I got some projects done. And after curling it, I just kind of finger fluffed it, and that was it. I like feeling finished and slightly styled, even though I'm just wearing my mom t-shirts and pants. I'm so glad that I went on the medications over the summer. It's improved things so much. If I could tell anyone that's in their perimenopausal journey, push for HRT, push for it. My muscle tone is coming back, and that is the craziest thing. My joint pain has dropped dramatically. My sleep is better. Sure, menopause is natural, but so is type 1 diabetes. That's natural. People are born that way. That's natural. I think we need to improve our quality of life as long as we can, and our health. And especially if you're one of those people like me that ended up having children later in life, you want to be healthy for your kids as long as you can. My mom is going to be 79. My dad is 80, he's going to be 88. My other dad is 76. None of them are doing hot. And I'm in my 50s. When I am 88, my daughter will be 45. My mom is having a real hard time getting around at almost 80. So that puts my daughter at 35. I don't want to be a burden to my kids when they're that young. Not that my parents are a burden to me, because they're not. But you know what I mean? You can't help but get into this mindset when you see your parents at a certain age and a certain phase in life where they're struggling to walk, where their walk has turned into this shuffle, where they hardly pick their feet up off the ground. And where they have to drive back because they forgot their 6 creams that they have to put on just to be able to get up and down out of the chair. I mean, you know, when my kid's 35, I want her to be able to be in the prime of her life, doing her life, whether it's married, whether it's kids, whether it's whatever, and not worrying about me in the background. Knowing, oh, my mom's got it. She's great. That's what I want. And I've come to realize that we live in a small community. We may not love everything about it. We didn't love everything about the bigger community when we lived in Tucson. But my kids are going to grow up feeling like this is home. So they need to actually be involved while they're kids in this place that's going to be their home. And then if they choose to later on move back into Tucson or move into Sierra Vista, some of the bigger towns in southern Arizona, to have more stuff available to them, that's fine. And they can come back to quiet little town where mama lives, grandma lives, or they can choose to move me in with them or whatever. It's fine. We'll work it out. But I realized that I have moved around a lot in my adult life, primarily because when we moved from the place that I was told was my home, that I grew up into 6th grade, I was then told, well, you can never look back. You can't ever go back. You can't ever go back. I would have gone back so much sooner and enjoyed life there if I didn't have that childhood thing ringing in my ear. And I did move back there in my early 30s, briefly. For what? A year and a half? But my sister also lived there, and she doesn't like me. So I didn't stay. And I felt like, and because my family didn't stay, my parents didn't stay, I felt like I didn't feel really like hominess to a place, which is fine. And I'm glad my parents all ended up even divorced in the same place. But even if they don't have 40 years in one house, they could still have a community that feels like home to them. So I'm all in. I'm all in at school. I'm all in. I work there. Paid, unpaid, I work there. And my daughter's talking about like academic league next year and more involvement in middle school and high school and things she wants to do. And it's going to be much easier to do that if we live in town. So my husband's not gonna like it, but when he gets home, we're gonna have some serious conversations about how, as much as he loves living out here, we don't utilize this property. We don't have the animals anymore. We don't do the gardens anymore. We don't really engage with the neighbors. So getting in town where we can more easily engage with the school community that she's still going to be involved with for over 7.5 years. Like, this is the thing. This is the thing, people. If the thing that's driving our schedule is the fact that we have a school-age child, then that's what's driving our schedule. That's what life revolves around. So make it revolve around it. Make it the best it possibly can be. Just because you, dude, are retired doesn't mean everybody else's life is done. Hers hasn't even started. We're still in our adventure. So there you go. Those are my thoughts. Those are my thoughts. I'm still in the adventure of life and the adventure with these kids, and I'm loving it. And I think everybody needs to get on that page. And yes, I realize that if you look back a few months, this is not who was talking. Depression is real. Anxiety is real. Get help. Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad for getting help. I love you. Look with your heart first, not your eyes. We'll see you next week.